Ibrick, thank you for the pre-stream cheer. That's amazing. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day or night so far. I'm really excited to cook with you guys today and go a little bit deeper into sous vide cooking. Mia, my girl. So, Thirsty Thursday, once again. So I thought I would use some whiskey today with our pork chops. And I don't know if you guys have ever made smashed potatoes, but I originally saw them, I think from Jamie Oliver, like a long time ago on TV. And it's by far one of my favorite potato recipes to make. They are just crispy and delicious. It takes a little bit of work, but I swear it's worth it. And then our last side with our pork chops is just gonna be a simple roast beet salad. Probably put a little bit of goat cheese in there and toast up some walnuts. I think that'll go really well with our crispy potatoes and our nice pork chops that are gonna be cooked perfectly. Timeline for today, it's a little bit longer, but just because of the sous vide. So the pork needs to be sous vide for at least 2 hours. So my timeline, I would say, is about 2.5 hours. But during those 2 hours that the pork is cooking, you can easily prep the rest of your meal. Like, it should not take you 2 hours. You could also sous vide your pork a day ahead, pop it in the freezer, and then all you have to do is finish it off in the pan. And then our beets are gonna roast for probably about 45 minutes in a pretty hot oven. And then we have to boil off our potatoes first. I just have little baby nugget potatoes. Probably 20-ish minutes for that, and then 5 minutes to smash them down, and another 15 minutes in a hot oven to crisp them up. We have no onions today, girl. I know, I was kind of shocked too. I was like, it's been a while. Really simple meal. I'm excited to show you a little bit more about what sous vide is and explain it. We'll definitely have time to go through a lot of that stuff today. So ingredients for the pork, first off, I have 4 pork chops. They are bone in. I'll grab them from the fridge right now just to show you. So this is the beautiful cut that I have. It's a nice mix of light and dark meat. And I prefer to get bone in just to help with the flavor. And then with our pork chops, we're gonna put 100 mils of whiskey. I thought I would use up these little like testers that came with Crown Royal. It's like, might as well just use those up. I think that will be enough for all 4 of those. And keep in mind, the alcohol flavor will be cooked out during the sous vide process, and it'll go a lot sweeter. And in our sous vide pork, we're gonna put 3 sprigs of thyme, 1 sprig of sage, these are both fresh, and a tablespoon of maple syrup. And then after the porks are sous vide, we're gonna reserve the liquid that is in the bags for sure. And after the pork chops are finished off in the pan, we're gonna let them rest and then make a quick sauce from our pan. Probably mount it with 2 tablespoons of butter. Make it really nice and rich. Kind of like a maple whiskey glaze, I guess. And for our potatoes, I just have a bunch of baby potatoes there. You can use as many or as little as you want. This will probably be enough to feed 6 people, the amount that I have there. One good way to measure them out is to just kind of measure them out on the sheet pan ahead of time. Keep in mind that they will flatten out, so they'll take up a bit more surface area. Yes, Finn, always more butter. And then to season our potatoes, I have 1 sprig of rosemary. That is massive. I just picked that from outside. And then 3 cloves of garlic. We're gonna smash those up and slice them pretty thin so they get nice and crispy and caramelized in the oven. And for these potatoes, do not be shy with the olive oil. This is what's gonna help them crisp up in the oven, and the flavor is unreal. And to finish them off, definitely some coarse salt and pepper. Okay, our salad. I have 7 medium beets here, 4 reds and 3 goldens. So keep in mind to bake those separately, just so that the colors from the red don't run into the yellow. They do end up turning a weird brown color. And you'll get sad if that happens, I'm sure. I'm gonna do a kind of mixed green. So I have just a regular head lettuce, and then I picked a little bit of arugula from the garden as well. So my arugula here is really strong compared to like the little baby arugula that you can find in a store. So I'm not gonna use a lot of that. Just enough for a bite. Holy Ibrick, again, thank you. Amazing. Okay, to finish off our salad, I'm going to crumble up some goat cheese, toast up some walnuts, chop them up if they're too big. And I always like to do my beet salad with the balsamic vinaigrette. So you can either have this bought, or I'm gonna make a little bit with you guys today, just to show you how simple it is to make your own dressing. And that will be a lot less expensive than what you buy in store. And I think it will taste better. It should. And the last ingredient with our salad is something that you guys might not be familiar with. They're called hemp hearts. I've done this beet salad before with hemp hearts, and they're just kind of a nutty flavor. Really light. You could even, like, I guess, toast your goat cheese. Wrap them up in the hemp hearts and then toast them up in the oven. That's a good way to do it. But I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top for a little bit more nuttiness. Yo, Jim, how are you? And that is all of our ingredients. So order of prep, we have to get the sous vide going right away for our pork, just because that does take the longest amount of time. The minimum that you're gonna wanna sous vide your pork is for an hour. But I would always choose 2 hours. Then we're gonna put our beets in the oven to roast, because that is the thing that takes the second longest to do. And then while that's roasting, we'll boil off our potatoes and smash them, get them ready. We also will have to toast our walnuts in the oven. And then prep our salad, make the dressing. By then we should be able to peel our beets. They should be cooled off nicely. And then last but not least, we're gonna pop the potatoes in the oven to crisp up. That'll take about 15 minutes. And then we'll pan fry our pork at the last minute. That should only take you like max 5 minutes, and then we'll let it rest for 5 minutes as well before we cut into it. That is key. We wanna keep all of those juices in there. So I'm just going to heat up the sous vide while I talk a little bit about it. That way we can get it going right away. For anyone wondering which sous vide I use, this is called the Anova. We've had this for over 3 years now, and it is amazing. We have the Bluetooth version as well, so I'm able to set the temp from my phone and track it and set a timer that way. Really, really handy. I did put this in my Amazon gear on my channel page if you guys want to check it out a little bit more. Really good thing to get for a gift for anybody that is really interested in cooking or wants to know more. Like, I would say you could replace your slow cooker with a sous vide easily. Don't really worry about getting a vac pack, because right now at home I am just using Ziploc bags and they work great. Just keep in mind you can't hold your food for a long time in the fridge after it's cooked that way, because it is not vacuum sealed. So anytime you have oxygen in with your meats that's been previously cooked, it won't last as long. Okay guys, sous vide cookery. This means under vacuum pressure when translated from French. So it's originally a French term. It's a method of cooking in which it is vacuum sealed in plastic or glass. You can do stuff in jars, just make sure that you don't tighten it too much, otherwise it will explode. It's happened. I've done creme brulee and had the water turn into creme brulee. It's not that fun to clean, but it's always fun to experiment. That's why I love doing this. And then this vacuum sealed food item is placed in the water bath for longer than normal cooking times. So you definitely wouldn't cook a pork chop for 2 hours on the pan or in the oven. So usually 1 to 7 hours is the regular amount of times that people do sous vide stuff for, but you could also do it up to 48 hours or more. For example, we used to do our version of pork dry ribs from scratch. So we would take the bones, cut them all up small, dry rib size, and then these would sous vide for 36 hours at a really low temp. And at the temperature that we did it, the meat was really, really tender, but it wasn't falling off the bone. So this is also a really good use for something like that. You could also do pulled pork, a lot of different things. The temperature of the water is accurately regulated, and then it's set to much lower than normally used for cooking. Typically around 55 to 60 degrees Celsius for meat and higher for vegetables. So I have mine set at 136 Fahrenheit, which I think is about 58 Celsius. This cooks the item evenly and ensures the inside is properly cooked without over drying the outside. So the meat is just slowly cooked. You don't have to worry about the outside getting too dry or anything like that. Have I ever been on a diet? Yes, Jim. 2 years ago, I competed in a bodybuilding show and prepped for 8 months for it. Hardest thing of my life, pretty sure, so far. Really, really strict diet, pretty much just eating chicken, broccoli, and rice, and I did not enjoy it. But if you ever need any diet tips, for sure, I would love to help you out with that. I'm kind of a health nut in that aspect. So any meats cooked using sous vide will always turn out a lot more tender than just using a dry heat method like pan frying or roasting. Low temperature cooking was first described in 1799, and then food prepared under pressure wasn't developed until the mid-1960s. And this was by American and French engineers. The sous vide cooking method was not debuted until 1974, so it's quite recent, by French chef Georges Pralou. Then another pioneer in sous vide is Bruno Goussault, an American, who developed the parameters of the cooking times and temperatures for various foods. So kudos to them for doing all of this scientific work for us. You can use salt. Why not? I usually just boil my rice with chicken stock, so there's a bunch of salt in there. It's never gone wrong. One concern, though, about sous vide cooking is the risk of botulism poisoning. So this can easily be avoided by making sure any meats are cooked to 131 Fahrenheit within 4 hours of you starting it. So this is going to eventually pasteurize the product. It's then really important to cool off the product as quick as possible if you're going to plan to store it for a little bit longer. But once pasteurized, the sealed bag can be kept in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. So this is also a really good thing about sous vide, is you can do a bunch of meal prep and then have meats ready for 2 weeks, and all you have to do is fry them up or roast them in the oven at like a really high temperature. If you're trying to lose weight, Jim, probably cut back on your salt, but not too much. Like, you still need salt to live. It's really important. Just salt also helps you retain a lot of water, which is not a bad thing either. So for the pork chops today, I'm cooking them at 58 Celsius or 136 Fahrenheit. And this is gonna yield a medium rare pork chop. We always aim to undercook our meat, especially when we're planning to finish it off in a really hot pan. Searing the meat after sous vide is always gonna yield the best flavor as well. You'll get really nice caramelization on the outside. And then the reason that we undercook it is because when we go to pan fry it again, that's still gonna raise the internal temperature, whether you know it or not. And then we'll probably sear it for about 2 minutes on each side today. And that will end up with probably a medium well product, which is exactly how I like to eat my pork. So temperature wise, probably close to 145 or 150 Fahrenheit. One little guide that I followed today is from Serious Eats. So I'm just gonna post the link in chat for you guys. This is a site that I really, really love to look to for anything cooking related. They explain everything so well. I love that site. And we shall get started. So prepping the pork chops first. I am going to separate these into 2 different bags, Ziploc bags. That way they'll cook nice and evenly and they won't really be stacked on top of each other. Usually in restaurants, everything is sealed in individual portions. That way it stays really fresh. Oh, Matt. You know what? Don't hate me, but there is actually no onions today. It's insane. I know. Holy Jim. Well, good on you for only drinking water, because I don't even think I would be able to do that. And hello, Annie's. Onion dessert. Not yet. I still have like leftover coconut macaroons and chocolate lava cakes in the fridge. We'll see. We'll see how the time goes. Just gonna grab our Ziploc bags. So you'll want to use like a heavier duty version of the Ziplocs. I always like to just use the freezer bags. Oh shit. Banhammer already. Terrified. You crazy kids. Okay, camera is being turned down. I don't know, Omat, did I make a mistake? He got chopped. And today on this episode of Chopped. So here is, try and get it not to drip. Our beautiful pork chop. So that's your very flavorful piece of dark loin. And then you can definitely see how marbled the lighter pork is. And then when we go to pan fry, we're gonna make sure we fry up this fat cap really nice. You gotta practice. You gotta stay on point. You never know. Okay, just washing my hands real quick. Oh man, do you want powers too? I don't know about both of you having powers. Okay, so I have kind of a dark whiskey and then a rye. So I think I'm gonna just split the bottles between the two bags. Just so it has consistent flavor. What place did I take? I got 3rd for my first show. But I don't want to say I should have gotten 1st. Just the judges were biased. Pretty sure they got paid off. And that's ultimately why I stopped doing that, is because I spent all that money and effort. And then still somebody beat me out that definitely did not work as hard. But hey, that's life, right? Okay, next thing going in is our herbs. I chose not to put any garlic in this, guys, just because we're having garlicky potatoes. I am done with it. I doubt I'll ever do it again just because it was so expensive. So now, yeah, I just go to the gym maybe like 3 to 4 times a week. Maintain the bod that I worked so hard to build. Okay, I think we got more than enough time here. We got time for that. Oh, what kind of whiskey? Sorry, I didn't see that. Crown Royal. Some of that CR. He really wants the biceps flex, hey? Kush is really concerned right now, guys. She doesn't know what to do with herself. Okay, next thing going in. A little bit of this maple syrup. Scissor. And that's gonna mix really nicely with the whiskey and the pork, and that will also help to caramelize the pork chops later on. So I said a tablespoon of maple syrup, so I'm gonna split that once again between the 2 bags. No, oh Matt. You got this, Jim. You got this, man. Just gotta build your routine and then you're good to go. Slow and steady always wins the race. And then before I put this into the water, just gonna give it a little massage. But I am not gonna close these yet because I'm gonna show you my little trick for closing the bag. Especially if you're using Ziplocs. And let's make sure that these aren't overlapping each other either. Just want one even layer. And this does smell amazing already. Considering I'm not a huge fan of whiskey, I know this is gonna be good. I love the drama, guys. Never stop. Okay, going over here, you can see this pretty clearly, hey? So I'm just gonna close my bag 3/4 of the way and then lower it down into the water. And as you lower it into the water, that's gonna push all of the air out. That's a little sneaky trick from Kate. And then just close your bag up. I'll put this one on this side, and then I'll put the other bag on the other side. And I'll just keep it a little bit suspended with the lid. So there you can see all the air is out, and it looks perfect. Now all I have to do is set my timer for 2 hours and walk away. Don't even have to watch it, no nothing. Just gonna get my timer on my phone going. Boom. So long and good night. What's the orange veggies? Beets. Beets, beets, beets. Which we're gonna do next. So you never really have to wash your beets before you roast them unless it's really dirty, but we're gonna roast them with the skin on. So it's gonna end up being peeled off anyways, so don't worry about fooling around with it too much right now. Really, you've never seen golden beets? Yeah. You can also get candy cane beets. That's another version. They're really good. I am just going to split my tin foil in half, and then hopefully that should fit all of the beets. This is the only sheet of tin foil that I have, so hopefully that's enough. Yeah, the candy cane ones are white and red. Look them up. They're so, so nice inside. It's like magical. And I'm gonna turn my oven now on as well. Let's do 425. Only one piece. I know, Finn. New sponsorship. Yes. Okay, here is my beet situation. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them. Hello. Hi. And this is gonna help to keep them really tender when we roast them. I've also seen people roast beets without being wrapped, but I don't know if it takes a little bit longer. Just because it's not getting that ability to steam. This piece of foil doesn't even really fit over, but we'll see how it goes. Roast him. Roasted. And that's it. That should be fine like that. I don't really have a choice, so. Okay, let's turn this guy over. Like a so. Oh, Posh is really excited. She knows it's almost food time. Okay, beets are done. Next thing, let's fill our potatoes with cold water and get those ready to boil. So these are really, really small ones. Usually they're a little bit bigger. Why does this thing keep turning? No oil for your diet. You still need some fats, Jimmy. Oh, I'm the best. Thank you for the follow. So guys, cold water with potatoes always. I feel like I've said this a lot of times already. But if you're paying attention, you should know why. Onion squad. It's true, but you still need those fats. Okay, next thing going in is our salt, of course. Get like a really nice heaping spoonful. Put 1 onion in. I can't. And let's get those on to boil. Next thing I'm going to do. Oh, I have like 2 or 3 hidden in the pantry, I think. Because I'm just going to put the walnuts out onto a sheet pan so that they can toast up as well. Always make sure you toast your nuts. They taste a lot better that way. She has one hidden in her panties. You crazy guys. The weirdest butt. What is going on? Okay, we're looking good. I guess I can prep the rosemary and garlic for the potatoes. But other than that, we be chillin'. Chill stream. Gulag. Yeah. You guys are salty today. Never. Good old garlic smash. The salt's killing them. It's true, Finn. Maybe they're a little bit bland then. No, you're fine. Okay, I've never done garlic like this before on stream, I don't think, so I'll show ya. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do really thin slices of the garlic for the potatoes. That way it's not overpowering, but you still get that nice bite. And you want to keep it really consistent in size, that way none of it is going to burn. This war will never be finished. The onion war, guys. Okay, rosemary next. One of my least favorite things to chop, just because it tends to fly everywhere. So I just go really slow until it's like a little bit broken up, and then I'll go over it a little bit faster afterwards. Bud's like, I'm out. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna dice my rosemary pretty fine, just because it is a really strong herb. We don't want any big mouthfuls of just rosemary with our potatoes, because that will definitely overpower the flavor of the pork and the salad. Oh, Finn, just wait until we finish the pork chop later with the butter. It's gonna be so good. Get a little baste action going. And that's that for now. Giveaway of Jim Jim's fat donation. Yeah, give it to the skinny kids in here. Imagine if we could do that though. That'd be nuts. Boom. That is our beets. And I'm gonna throw the walnuts in at the same time. Let's do 45-minute timer. You can keep it. Poor Jim Jim. You gotta be nice. Gots to be nice. Right, Posh? Wow, Matt. You went there. Did anything fun happen today, guys? Salty kids. So the pork has already turned color a little bit on the outside. Definitely looks like it's cooking up. But when this is done, the pork chops aren't gonna taste or feel really hard. They're still gonna feel like they're raw almost. But they will be perfectly cooked. And then the outside will get really nice and crispy after. Stir fry. Delicious. Filming music and a light show without recording sound. Interesting. I'm just gonna get my pans out for the pork later. Good old cast iron. Oh, you work from home too, Omet? Do you ever stop? Yeah, working. Yeah, working from home can get a little bit excessive sometimes. Refresh, refresh. Classic. Oh, actually, I need to check something out. Mom was supposed to get the steaks today for tomorrow. Oh yeah, Omat? Man, that soup was unreal. Probably the best tom kha gai I've ever had. And left over today, it was even better. Stakes are high. Always. Yeah. Amy's soup. First place. It's so easy too. The only thing that I didn't really like about the soup yesterday was my mushrooms didn't soften up enough. So the texture was kind of chewy still, but the flavor was really nice. I don't know. It was like a give and take situation. Yeah, fresh mushrooms would have been better. But I think the dried ones did give a lot more flavor in the soup. That's all. What's everyone's... It totally is. Every day. What's everyone's favorite cut of steak? Nah, they were still chewy. I just stand here and take it. Sometimes I give it back though. I ain't scared. Okay, 6 more followers until my goal again. All of it. That's a good answer, Finn. I do like all beef. Just you have to make sure that you cook each piece according to how it should be cooked. What's the very lean cut? I like tartare. Probably the leanest cut of beef would be like your chuck roast. That's the one that usually you have to make roast beef or stew with. Needs to cook for quite a while. I do love a good steak tartare. Yum. Now I want some of that. But I think I'm trying to get ribeyes or strip loins for tomorrow. Maybe I'm gonna go pop into the fridge real quick and check. She's back! Holy shit, here it goes. Yeah, Sharpie every day. I usually just keep it in my apron right here. You get so mad, but I love it. He's the king of cringe. It's exactly what he wanted. Pocket brows. Yes. Okay, this shirt is pretty much one of my favorite shirts ever. You can never go wrong with Bart and Krusty. Simpsons is the shit. Okay, those guys are almost boiling. I just keep checking because I don't want it to boil over. Now I want to get a Sharpie and start drawing stuff, guys. Don't fire. Niskereet. The most creative. Filet steak. Like tenderloin, Amy's? Okay, I found the goods. I found them. Thanks, Trotbot. It totally is a trap. Well, I know some of you saw my dad in the stream the other day, and that's definitely where I get my strong features from. He's got the brows. Okay, first pack of steaks. I'll show you guys. So that's actually a pretty good price. Under $25 for almost a kilo. And I don't know what you guys pay, but this was $25.99 a kilo. Trotbot knows. Man, I'm still trying to switch over to another internet provider. I know it's been terrible this week, but please just hold steady. We're almost there. I've already turned everything down for my settings, so I know, like, it's not my computer or anything like that. It's just simply the internet quality that I have living out here on the island. That's right, Finn. Okay, other pack. I'll show you how to pick out a ribeye. So, on this one side, you can kind of see where the, I guess, muscle separates. A ribeye, you're always gonna want this cap to be really big. So this is definitely not the perfect cut of ribeye. but it's still gonna be delicious. Just this rib cap right here is one of the most expensive pieces of beef. I think they sell it for close to $60 a kilo if you just wanted that part. Oh, Trot, it's fine. You're definitely not making me feel uncomfortable. You thought I was vegan? These are delicious ribeyes. So the one pack was 20 bucks and the other pack was 24. And these are going down tomorrow on the grill, finished on charcoal. We're probably gonna crank the grill up to like a good 600 degrees. It's gonna be hot. Am I transgender? Yeah, definitely. Oma's getting grilled and Amy's is getting roasted. Yeah, where is Tristan? It's okay. If he pops in later, I'll just go grab them again. Because I know he really wanted to see it yesterday. So yeah, these are AAA. And where Tristan lives, he can only get A grade. So that's 2 grades below this. Be right back, guys. Oh. These guys are going. We're good. And guess what? I just realized that we forgot the nuts in the oven. Charcoal nuts. Charcoal nuts. We got talking. Okay, gotta check the freezer and see what else we have. What not to do. I have more. I always keep a backups. Freezer nuts. See guys, chefs mess up too. I was distracted. I got too excited about the steak. Okay, let me just try this first to make sure they're still good. Okay, we'll do this again. Not forgetting. What I should have done was set my timer for like 2 minutes instead of 45 to begin with. So definitely let those cool off before you put them in the garbage. Otherwise, they'll just burn right through your bag. Taiwan Tuesdays. Cats and weasels? That's terrible. Oh, guess what, guys? I was on such a roll with my neighbor not being stupid today. 5:48 a.m. What do I hear? The radio right outside my room. Luckily, I was getting up at 6, though, so I didn't get that mad. But still, why? These nuts. We get new nuts now. just, you know, dust yourself off and try again. Nuts round 2. New nuts. Finn, you think shutting off the YouTube music is gonna help? That's pretty sad if I can't run a browser, a streaming program, and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, disable the neighbor. Okay, I can try it. That doesn't matter to me. I have that on there for you guys. Okay, 2 minutes for these nuts. So here is something really cool too. This is the app that the Sous-Vide comes with. And you can find any recipes on there as well for Sous-Vide. And then you can set your temperature off it and your timer and put it on and off as well. So here is the home page. Really, really cool. That's a hot. And we have 1.5 hours left. Oh, yeah. And then I know that we made traditional creme brulees yesterday, but I still want to do them in the sous vide. Even though it's really risky, I might explode some jars in the sous vide, but that's the fun part still. Just, you can't close the jars all the way because they will explode, but you can't let it be too loose, otherwise all the water will go in. So it's a very fine line between being perfect and not. Okay, those are not quite done yet. Go for it. Oh, you know what, guys? I might have to feed Posh. With it turned on? Why? What are you doing? Yeah, Jim. Are we there yet? He's gonna hack the phone. Yeah, he's gonna start spamming all my PayPal info. I have notifications turned off. I'm not forgetting about the nuts. Like 1 more minute, not even. Please, don't burn it. Not again. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened, oh Matt. They're just starting to get roasty toasty. I think we can leave them a little longer. I like when they just start to turn brown on the edges. Like that one right there. 1 more minute. And let's get a test on these potatoes. They They are really small, so I know they won't take very long. Just gonna test the bigger ones. Probably a couple more minutes on those as well. And then we get to smash them. Oh yeah. Potatoes. I think this is the least prep I've ever done on stream with you guys. Check the newts. We need more facts about onions. What kind of onion facts? One thing I would actually like to do with you guys is go through some of my cookbooks and pick out recipes. Even if it's just me like opening a random page. I feel like that would be really fun to do together. I don't have all of them here. I probably have close to 40 cookbooks. That's something I like to collect. And weekly menu selection. For sure. Like, I'm always taking suggestions from you guys. Yesterday, the boys asked for breakfast for dinner one day. So that's definitely going to be going down. Okay, these are perfect. Whee! Now we'll just let them cool off a bit and I'll chop them up later. And a sweet onion dessert. You're so crazy. You need a meal for next week? I actually haven't even planned next week out, so we can do that together. Welcome to McDonald's. I like burgers. Tonkatsu. Yes. Make ramen. Go back and watch my stream. It was so easy. A 100%. Oh, I thought you were talking about the ramen. An omelet. Omelet challenge. Jim, I am a huge burger monster. I feel ya. How to cook an egg. Look at Gordon Ramsay videos for that one. Okay, these guys should be done. Perfect. So as long as the knife goes completely through, you're good to go. Now I'm gonna give those a strain. Sure you get all the water off of there. Yeah, the soup master. Burnt nuts, if you're wondering.
I was gonna say, what do you smell?
Oh my god, yes, you posted the link in chat. Everyone watch this. It's like a minute and some long. No! You're the worst. Okay, time to smash these guys. Just gonna pick off any darker pieces first. And all we're gonna do is just give these a little smash down, break the skins open, and then some of the flesh should come out as well. You don't want to smash them too much. With one that's not corrupt. Yeah, that's up to chat. Do it. It's true, he did. That's a personal video of him. He didn't have to share that if he didn't want to. These little guys are getting stuck. If you don't have a potato masher, you could also use the bottom of a pan or really anything you desire. A fork. Hi, Lazy Possum. How are you today? The most serious soup making. Oh, I think I exploded a potato that was not very good. It's like kind of brown inside. We'll just throw that up. He's scared of the interwebs. I'm making smashed potatoes. So these were previously boiled in salted water. And then we're gonna cover these in olive oil, rosemary, garlic, and salt and pepper. And then fry them up in the oven until they're really nice and crispy. And you don't want to overlap any of these on your tray. You want one nice even layer. I might be running out of room. Oh no. Okay, we gotta make more room, guys. I don't need to peel them? No. We want to keep our skin on these. That's what's gonna make it really crispy. slide these guys over. See, I just eyeballed this earlier to see if it would fit in the pan. Don't even tell me that I'm like 5 potatoes too many. The spine is not right? What are you talking about? This little one is like the cutest thing ever. Like, that's the smallest potato of life. Look at that doggo. She just had dinner, now she's good to go. Okay, we did fit it all. Now I'm just gonna knock out these potatoes. Pieces. It's gonna be deliciousness later. That's pretty much the hardest thing we had to do for our meal. So, let us put our herbs and garlic on. I'll do the rosemary first. Just want to get it into my hand. Nice even layer over everything. You could also do these with thyme as well. Pretty much any herb. Wouldn't do anything delicate though, like basil, because that'll just burn. It won't roast up the same as rosemary or thyme. Now our garlicky chunks, the best part. And now all of the olive oil. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate, Omet. Just because it is so tough. It's like a pine tree. Jim Jim, this is not one for the diets. But it is delicious. Probably put about half a cup of oil on here. But the pork chops would be really good for your diet, for sure. Same with the beet salad. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you could still eat the potatoes, just you would only need like 5. And that's not fun. It's true, but if you don't see what happened, it doesn't count. So because I used salt when I boiled the potatoes earlier, I'm only going to use about a tablespoon here. But definitely make sure it's coarse salt. It makes it so much better to have like a good chunky piece of salt with your rich potato. Bam. Happiness. Now this can just chill over here. And we are waiting for our beets. They have 8 minutes, so hopefully they will be ready then. And I can start peeling. Yeah, you could, Possum. You totally could. If you wanted to make like an herbed oil, by all means. Just, I didn't want to dirty another dish. Here. I'll move this around. Get the good stuff in the can. Okay, I guess we can chop up our walnuts now and just start to prep our salad. I should have enough room in the fridge. Yep. To put the bowl once we prepped it. Oh, Tristan! Do not boil your chicken breast. That's disgusting. Do you have a grill, Jim? Because that's what saved my life when I was dieting. Grilled chicken is by far the best thing. Tonyan. Tristan, I can show you the meat. I can. Oh, who's this? Trex. Welcome to the Onion Fam. What is up? You don't have a grill, Jim? Okay, well, if you don't have a grill, then just roast it off in the oven. But please do not boil it. Do not do it. You probably have like a 5 or 6 ounce chicken breast. That'll take max 15 minutes in probably a 400-degree oven. Holy, that's a nap. Nap of naps. Yeah, just go find a grill on Tinder. Look at this nut lineup. I'm not gonna chop it too fine. I like bigger chunks in my salad. Hey, do you guys feel like the stream synced up a little bit better now that I don't have the music on? Yum. It does seem a bit better, doesn't it? Okay, Omat. You get to bed. Get your sleep. Yeah, Annie's has you covered. Hilarious, guys. Tristan, I'll go grab the steaks in a sec. And we'll check them out again. They look good. Standing all day again tomorrow? You got this, sir. I used to do like 12 hours a day, so I know you can do it. Night night. Stay thick. This is one of the comfiest shirts ever, Tristan. I love it. Okay, if you're cooking chicken in the oven, drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on it, or oil of some sorts, but you don't have to drench it in it. And then if you can, get a really nice like salt or a seasoning to put on it. But as long as you season your chicken well enough, it shouldn't taste bad. And hopefully you have a thermometer, Jim. Take it out when the inside of it is at 150 Fahrenheit. Cook of the year. Okay, so Tristan, here are the steaks. So this one down here, really, really good. You can tell just by this piece right here, that's called the rib cap. So that is the most tender piece of beef other than a tenderloin. But it will taste a lot better just because it does have all of that marbling. And then you can also see that we get AAA here instead of just A. I don't even think I've ever seen just A grade. I don't know if that's even a thing with Canadian beef. And these are ribeyes. Pretty much my favorite cut of beef. White is worse? No. Jim, no late night snacks. You got this, fam. Now the white is good. White is like all the flavor. You want fat in there. That's why like a Wagyu or Kobe beef is so expensive. Because there's almost more fat than there is muscle. Those are some happy cows. Yeah, just drink water. You're good. I'm so excited to make pasta with you guys tomorrow. Oh, Matt, you're not even supposed to be here still. Me too, but I'm terrible. I drink so much water during the day, and I hate getting up in the middle of the night. Amy's is just gonna ban you. Ban him to go to bed. Another new one. What? All right, guys, let's welcome Onyx to the stream. Oh no, oh Matt. Tomorrow's gonna be so fun though. Pasta and steak. Let's check our beets. Test them with a knife. See if they're tender in the middle. They are nice and steamy. Oh, that'll be fun. Social pressure to go to a birthday. Classic. Holy Tristan. Just put a diaper on if you're scared. Okay, these guys definitely need probably a good 20 minutes more, and then they should be perfect. My knife can only go through about a quarter of the way right now. So let's do salad time while we wait for those. And timer on the sous vide, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Those are beets, Tristan. They've been roasting for 45 minutes already. So, classic salad bowl, guys. Like always. Just gonna grab the lettuce out. Beets, yeah, they're Beets by Dre. Here's our little arugula. Oh, look, it got me. The beet got me. Ah, death. Okay, let's deal with this little crazy aeroponic lettuce. I love how it just has like the roots hanging off and everything. This lettuce is from Calgary, guys. Tristan, I know you've been there. That's where it's grown. I still haven't watched that clip yet. I have no idea what you crazy guys are up to. And if you guys have not invested in a salad spinner yet, definitely missing out. Go find it at a garage sale or something. So I'm just gonna cut off this bottom part from the lettuce, and then I can process it a lot easier. Oh, so that is the sous vide, Tristan. If you look on my page under the Amazon gear, I put it in there today for you guys to check it out. So we get 3 heads of lettuce in one, in that little bunch that I use. Salad centrifuge, yes. I'll send you guys the root ball so that you can grow Kate lettuce at your house. Kate lettuce. Yep. Lettuce from Kate. In the garden. Yeah, Tristan. Special lettuce. Get out of here. Yeah, you're lucky you put in a squatto correct. Okay, I picked all of the brown rusty pieces off. Now I can wash it. The neighbor. Yeah, I don't know what they do over there. Shh. Man, what happened to Mia? She said hi and then fell asleep. Okay, bye guys. Have good sleeps. Stay thick. Yeah, not allowed. You've stayed too long. Now you have to commit. Maybe, Tristan. Maybe. Guys, it's wild. Ah! The cyclone. The lettuce stampede. Okay, I'm just gonna tear this up into the bowl now. Just do bite-sized pieces. I always hate when you go to a restaurant and get like this huge piece of lettuce. You're like, how do I even eat this? Forks should not be necessary for salad. Just saying. She's chilling, Tristan. She's here. Just being quiet. What are you working on? Slippers?
Yeah.
She's making slippers. The safety slippers. Should that be a thing? Kitchen safety slippers? We can send those out to you guys. That could totally be a thing. Slipper giveaway. He won't film what? What are you guys even talking about? Yeah, exactly, Finn. Have to. A boot. What do you think, bro? What you thinking, stinking? The tables have turned. Okay, just gonna rinse off my little arugula because maybe some bugs pooped on it earlier. I don't know. I didn't even know he made videos. No way. Ugh. Do it. Okay, I'm gonna chop this arugula pretty fine, just because it is so strong. It's a little bit intense if you get a full leaf of it right now. But it should mellow out soon when we get closer to springtime. It's almost time to start gardening. What, like a month? 2 months? In a month, guys,
2 weeks will be fun.
we can start garden stream with Kate. We'll be planting things. Maybe I'll plant a love fern for all of us. The pan, Tristan, is the smashed potatoes. So all I did was boil them previously in water whole. And then I just smashed them with a potato masher. You could also use like the bottom of a pan. And then covered them in rosemary, garlic, olive oil, and salt and pepper. This is like an OG Jamie Oliver recipe. And they are unreal. Probably my favorite potatoes ever. We can't keep them out. The kids aren't going to bed. I need to find something for you guys. Because I don't know if you've ever seen this. No close-ups. Okay, now we can put our newts onto our salad. Gotta get that newt close up. Best vid ever. Does anyone actually have this book? And I just love that it's narrated by Samuel L. Jackson. I bet, hey, but what you really want to say to your kids. Well, I have these leftover broccoli sprouts, so I think I'll put those into the salad too. Add a little crunch. Get them out of there. Sprouts will last pretty long, and you'll know they're still good as long as they're not like soggy and kind of, I guess, slimy. Goat cheeses. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Yeah, I love sprouts. They're good on like any sandwich. Ooh, this container hasn't even been opened yet. Fresh cheese. You could also buy the logs of goat cheese. It doesn't really matter. Oh, Tristan keeping me on point because I had my back turned. Classic. 6 Gowd. Welcome to the stream. Smeagol, I don't talk Italian or speak Italian. Che schifo. Blah. Oh, Jim. I think that's enough cheese. Oh, this is gonna be great. Treat for this one. Okay, come here. Come over here. She's also a dishwasher, guys. Oh, I love blue cheese. Love it. But this is just goat cheese. Not super mild. But definitely not as funky as blue cheese. Is that good, girl? Those good stuffs. You hate blue cheese? You don't like a lot of strong flavors, hey? I'm learning that about you, but we have to convert you slowly. Don't give it to the boyfriend. No, never. Blue cheese, gorgonzola, and onions, and cilantro. Look, I already know your dietary restrictions. What not to make but. Okay, salad can just be put in the fridge for now. We don't want the lettuce to start wilting at all while we wait. And I guess we can make our balsamic dressing. Oh, I forgot this though. I forgot the hemp hearts on the salad. So I'll make sure that I sprinkle that on after. Less than 45 minutes on the pork chops, guys. Ah, yeah. I know, again, this is amazing. Can't even believe that I'm almost at 100 followers. Just makes me blush. Yeah, it feels good. That's for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be my next thing, but I'm not gonna put that goal up though until I have a couple of incentives put up on my page at least. I want to make sure it's worth it for everyone, right? And I still need to dedicate a stream to you just because you have been in here so long, but We need to do a little stream together one day. You've never tried blue cheese? Crazy. We actually had a cheese tasting class at school, and I probably tried close to 60 cheeses, I'm sure. Some were really, really funky though, and I spit them out, honestly. But I definitely know what a lot of cheeses taste like now because of it. That's a good one, but yeah, probably 60. We usually tasted about 6 different cheeses a day, kind of all in the same category together. Lots of comparisons. So much fun. So you definitely do get your money back when you go to culinary school, just because you do get to eat so much stuff. Okay, beet test, round 2. I'm gonna try the really big one first. Okay, that feels perfect. We are good. So, just do a test with you guys. So, watch how easily my knife goes in this. That's when you know you're good. Now those can just cool off before we go to peel them. Sounds good, Jim. Have a great night, sir. Always good seeing you in here. Okay, oven can go off now. Just until we're ready to bake the potatoes. First things first, we're gonna make our balsamic vinaigrette. So squeeze bottles like this, really, really handy to keep dressings in. They are quite inexpensive to buy. I think they might be around $2.50, like $2.50 each. Maybe even less, I don't really remember. But you can probably find them at the dollar store or somewhere similar to that. I always like to keep a couple around. I have one with just olive oil for when I want to drizzle stuff. Yeah, there we go, Tristan. Get on your squeeze bottle game. Okay, so my recipe for balsamic vinaigrette, really, really simple. I do half a cup of balsamic vinegar and same amount of olive oil. I always like to go 1-to-1 with my oil and vinegar, just because I like my dressings a little more briny rather than rich. But before I put my olive oil in, I am going to put some Dijon mustard and maple syrup in there. So the Dijon is gonna help it emulsify together. That way your dressing should not separate. And the maple will just give it a little bit of extra sweetness. So 1 tablespoon of each. And if you want, you can put garlic into this as well. Just make sure it's minced up really fine. You could also use honey if you don't have maple syrup. Just we have an abundance of this here. Holy Tristan. That's hilarious. And let's do about half a teaspoon of salt. And I think I'm just gonna mix this up real quick on its own to get everything happy. And now for the oils. This measuring cup's terrifying. And give that another shake. Let's see if it emulsifies. I usually make this in a blender. That way it mixes it faster. It looks pretty good to me though. It's not like super runny, and the oil is not separated from the balsamic vinegar, so. I just gave that a little taste. It's great. Definitely gonna be good on the salad. Yum! I haven't had this dressing in so long. I just tried to put the wrong cap on the bottle, if anyone saw that. That will not work. Okay, now my maple and Dijon can go away. Was that the guys that messaged you? What did they say?
ETA about 6.
Okay, that's fine. We be chillin' then. Hi, Monocle. How are you? Oh, that pork's looking so good. Okay, beet time. Time to beat it up. Try and keep all of your scraps on your foil pieces, and that way you won't dirty your sheet pan underneath. Little pro tip. Just gonna grab my peeler for these. And probably some gloves, just so my hands don't turn purple. Rando. Onion rings, yum. We could do that. I love deep frying things. Beer battered onion rings. Okay, I gotta write that down before I start beating. Bam. All right. It's time. to get messy. Let's do the golden ones first, just so the peeler won't color them red. I love the color underneath. It's so vibrant compared to the skin. My favorite root vegetable right here. And this is really hot still. So you could wait a little bit longer if you want. Black glove treatment. Not again. Kitchen safety slippers. It's a thing. We're gonna start an Etsy. Sell them off of there. Maybe we'll make them free with any like 6-month subs. Yeah. Probably like the most flammable things ever though. Not really protective. But what do people know, right? You can sell anything if you make it sound good. You keep losing sound? No. I even turned off the music today to maybe try and help it speed up. I'm sad. Okay, Finn. That's good. I'm not as worried now. Get out of there. Pretty much any yarn, Tristan. Yarn of choice. Make sure it's nice and soft, not itchy. This is gonna give such nice color contrast to our salad. Beet salad with goat cheese, such a classic combo. Remember a couple years ago that was on almost every menu when you would go out to eat. But it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat those beets. Yeah, it's still steaming. It's hot. That's why I'm wearing gloves. I can still feel it through this for sure. But I need to keep my kitchen hands good. Gotta stay on point. Okay, now I'm gonna get a separate cutting board just to cut these on, because I know it will stain this wood one right away. Still keeping my gloves on though. Sounds good, but have good bath time fun. Get those rubber duckies out. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Ravioli stream. A knitted shirt. There's no way that I could wear that on stream. It would be so hot. Be sweaty. Okay, so I'm also not going to put these directly onto this salad yet, just because they are still hot. We don't want to wilt our greens. And then I also have to cut off the bottom. And just touch up any spots that I might have missed. Kitchen safety toque. Yeah, that could be a thing. I've never been one to wear toques though when I work in the kitchen. I don't understand how people can do that. It's so hot. Yeah, I'll be like Mia's chef, just dripping on the food. And today, we're seasoning our food with something really natural. Our own sweat. Yay, sheet pan's still clean. Winning. Okay, still keeping these separate. We don't want them to bleed into each other. I also think I just need a little piece of this because I love beets. Yum. It's true, Tristan. I'm sure it does happen. Usually the less you know, the better about what goes on back there. I'm just doing nice bite-sized cubes of these. That way they're not awkward to eat. But most people that do tend to sweat excessively in a kitchen, they usually wear hats of some sort, whether it be like a baseball cap or even a sweatband or a handkerchief. I think it's your due diligence as a chef to keep your food really sanitary. My rule was always never serve anything that you wouldn't serve to your own family. No, he doesn't, but I definitely still have one of my like paper chef hats from culinary school. I had to keep it. And I do have some chef coats as well, just they're packed away right now. I don't have them here with me. But if I did, I would totally do a stream one day with that getup on. Maybe I'll go fishing one day. I'll floss for the subs. Chef Kate. Okay, those are good to just chill there and cool off. How is our timer on our pork now? 30 minutes. Monocle. Yeah. I know. Sorry if I ruin you guys for restaurant food. What is what called? The chef whites? We never really called it anything special. It's just called a hat. And it does have like little holes in the top of it so your sweat can escape. You guys are bringing me back. One thing really fun though that I did in school was a cooking competition. How many of there was us? I think 8 teams of 2. So I was in my second year already, and then we got paired up with someone that was in first year, so a lot less experience than us. And we were a team. We had to make 3 courses for, what, 40 people? About 40 plates. And we had, I think, 8 hours in total to prep everything from start to finish and have the plates of food on the table. That was probably one of the most hectic things I've ever done in a kitchen. But it was so worth it, and you know what? I thought I did so bad during the competition. Like, I was so down on myself, and I actually ended up winning it. I guess that's what happens when you work hard. So at my culinary school now, there is a trophy in the dining room with my name on it still. Yeah, Tristan. So in culinary school, there's actually a dining room involved in your schooling, and you work in the dining room. There is a lunch class where you do buffet foods on Fridays, and there was also like a dinner service as well. So you would go into school that day, prep all of the stuff you need for dinner, and it was pretty cheap for the food that we were cooking. But it's pretty much just like we were paying to go to school, but the school was making money off of us cooking the food for them. Yeah, pretty much free labor, but it did teach you a lot if you didn't ever work in a kitchen before. Whereas like for me, it was kind of silly to do because I had already worked in a kitchen for 6 months before that. But it was really funny watching like people fail and you're just like, how can you not do this? Yeah, so true. Like your placements and everything like that. I had to do a placement as well during school, I think for 3 months, where I had to go in and work part-time for free in a restaurant just to say that I had experience working in a restaurant. Interesting. What was the worst fail I ever saw at school? Definitely would be in our baking class. We were doing, I guess, croque and bouche day. If you guys don't know what that is, it is making profiteroles or the cream puffs and then building that tree. So you do have to cook the caramel for that pretty dark. And one of the students forgot their pan on the stovetop and it literally bubbled up like lava. Like it was sticking out of the pot, completely black and charred. And they almost went to put it into the water right away. And that would have just splashed everywhere. They would have gotten huge burns. And we were just like, no, do not do it. We saved their life that day. And it probably took them a good week to scrub that pot out. Because it was not a nonstick pot. No one else is going to help them do that because that was their own fault. I definitely saw a couple of really good cuts as well. Kind of scary, but it happens. That's how you learn, right? No one ever chopped their finger off or anything like that, though. And I guess another interesting thing that I did at school was actually take a serving course for the dining room. So we had to learn how to properly serve during like a dinner service, French style. So everything's served from the right and you always have to clear the table off at one time, carrying the plates properly and everything like that. That was probably one of the most nerve-wracking courses that I had to take. Just because I don't really like dealing with customers and stuff like that. But you just put on your smile and pretend like everything's fine. Good old culinary school. And pretty much the core crew, I think there was about 5 of us that were actually good at school, and the rest, 25 of them, were terrible. All 5 of us are still cooking or doing something related to the food industry. So my best friend from school, she actually lives in Bristol now in the UK. She found a boy there, they're engaged, and she works at a cheese farm. And she also takes care of goats and stuff like that. Hannah Banana. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this girl, Hannah, her name is Hannah, she had to lock her alarm clock in a hamster cage so that she would go downstairs and actually get up for school every day. She almost got kicked out of school. She was like Probably one of the best chefs I've ever met. But she just had such a hard time getting up in the morning that she had to go to such extremes for her alarm clock. 10 minutes left on the pork. Yeah, everyone else went to Denny's, Finn. Or they just stopped cooking. I don't know what they're doing. Why a hamster cage? I don't know. I guess it was just a method of her having to actually be awake and unlock a lock. She did a couple like really weird things with her alarm clock, but that was the one that stuck. People are funny. They do have Denny's here. My favorite thing there is the milkshakes. I never really eat breakfast there. Yeah. Where's the alarm clock? It ran away. I'm so excited for these pork chops, guys. It's gonna be unreal. Actually, I guess I can reuse this sheet pan to dry off the pork chops. Seems like a good idea to me. I've never been to Newfoundland. I really want to do an East Coast trip soon. It would probably take a good 2 to 3 weeks because I would want to go down to the States as well and do New York. Wow, Monica. The mountain's not being good to you today, hey? It's okay, Tristan was having troubles the last few days too. Okay, 8 minutes. And then it's only 5:15. You need to get a happy lamp, Tristan. I know, I struggle without the sunshine too. It's like the one downfall about being on the coast, but other than that, at least we can still go outside every day and it's not minus 40. I know Finn will understand that. And where are you from, Finn? We never actually talked about where you were from in Canada. You got that itch? It's bugging ya. Okay, this can be for our pans. We'll use a spatula for the potatoes. And one more pair of tongs for the salad. Aw, yeah, but how to make sous vide chops if you don't have the machine? It's not really possible. Yeah, Tristan, that's my brother. I think he's still in here. Rando. He's one of the mods. So, Monocle, you can't really sous vide if you don't have a machine. I mean, the closest thing you can do that wouldn't even work with everything is a slow cooker. But then you would have to temp the water and see, like, obviously there's 2 settings, I think, a high and a low, and see what temperature that water ends up being. But that's usually only good for really delicate things like fish that don't take very long to do. Because otherwise you need a constant heat, and there's no way that you can control that just on a burner. And plus the outside of the pot would get hot as well, right? So then you would just end up burning your plastic bag and it wouldn't work at all. But Monocle, I posted the Anova, which is what I use in my Amazon gear, on my channel page. So check it out. Honestly, it is so worth the money. I would replace my slow cooker with this any day. And it comes with Bluetooth, so you can control everything off your phone. Hello, millionaire. What is up? Welcome to the fam. So you are from the prairies. Amaze. Just for your job, Finn? Yeah, Tristan, it is such a family affair, hey? They support me, though. I love them for it. Nice. What's been your favorite place that you've lived then, Finn? Yeah, for sure, check it out. It's worth it. You could also do like baked beans in it. You might be able to do risotto. Let me just look it up. You can do creme brulee as well. Prince George. Nice. That's up north. Yeah, you can definitely do risotto in the sous-vide as well. Island life, aw yeah. Russian Stella, hello. Welcome. What is up, guys? How are you doing today? The Virgin Islands, yeah. Island life for show. I don't know if you newcomers can see this, but my sous vide is just over there. I have 2 minutes left on it, and then I'm pulling the pork chops out. And they've been going for 2 hours. That sounds delicious, Stella. I love pickled beets. And mustard greens. Good choice. What's cooking today? So on the stove right now, I just have some smashed potatoes that are all doctored up. I'll give you a little close up. So these were previously boiled whole, and then I smashed them flat and dressed them with rosemary, garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then just in front of me, I had roasted beets earlier. Cut these up to be put on top of the salad. And then I have my pork chops in the sous vide. Those were started at around 320. And they're just about to come out. In the marinade in the bag, I put whiskey, maple syrup, thyme, and sage. So I still have to make sure that I put some salt and pepper on the outside of them before I sear them in the pan. But I think the maple syrup sous vide with the pork is gonna get some really nice color on the outside. There we go. Aw, yeah. I love its little beeps. Huh? She's not scared of it? Time to come out. So here is our pork right now, guys. Really no color on it at all, but there's a ton of juices in there, and we're gonna make a sauce out of that after we finish off the pork. We're gonna mount it with butter, and it's gonna be amazing. Kind of like a maple whiskey glaze. Yeah, the phone did go off. It's for my peeps to say that they're coming home, I'm sure. Oh.
She's dead. She'll catch it later.
Oh no. Monaco says she's dead, so she'll come back another time. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, I'm just gonna move the beets out of here while they finish cooling, is take our pork out of the bag. Oh, that is potent. It's gonna be delicious. And then dry them off really nice so that we can get a good sear on them. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Try and be pretty delicate. The herbs sometimes tend to stick onto your meat. Just make sure you pick those off. Otherwise those will burn when you go to sear them later. The center of this should be mid-rare though. Always undercook when you're sous videing. And I wouldn't go longer than 4 hours with this either. I went in the middle with 2. I thought that was good. So, lots of juice in here. Stella, perfect question. So on my channel page right now, I posted on my Amazon gear the Anova, and that's the one I've been using for the last 3 years. It has Bluetooth compatibility, and it's under $150. It also has a really great app with it that has all these recipes. It has a timer and a temperature control. My favorite little cooking robot. I know there's also one called Joule. So Joule. But I've not really done any research on that one. So let's just pat off this pork, get it really nice and dry. Ceramic knives. I've never used Kyocera ones. I don't even have any ceramic knives, and nor have I used one. But are they really expensive? Researching. Yeah, most of them are like paring knives, but let's see. They're supposed to be really sharp. I'm sure it would work fine. I mean, I have a chip in my knife that I'm using right now. Actually, a couple. So one is like just in the center here, and also my tip is gone. So chips will happen regardless. Like, that was from a carrot or just a hard vegetable. I've never used that knife on any bones or anything like that. But this knife that I use, that's also in my Amazon gear, I haven't sharpened it or brought it to anyone in the last 3 years. As long as you steel it consistently, you should be fine. What I am gonna do right now though, guys, is just strain out this liquid from the pork just to get the herbs and stuff out of there. And let's just put that into a measuring cup. And that way I'll know how much liquid I actually have. Okay, here is our setup. Do I strop them? What is that? I do like to barbecue. My boyfriend is more of the barbecue master than I am. But I've definitely watched him do it enough times to understand how to do it properly. Cheap smokers, they work great, honestly. I think they're a lot less fussy and easier to manage than, say, something like a Big Green Egg or one of those Traeger grills. I'd say if you're wanting to get into smoking, always start with something cheaper, just to make sure that you actually enjoy doing it. Because charcoal grills can be a little bit difficult to manage sometimes. There's a lot more babysitting involved, but to me, that's the fun part. I like that process. No, I don't, Bran. I think you want to have the burr, though. Like, that's what you're trying to create. Yeah, she's like, I smell stuff, guys. It smells good. Okay, so there is our pork juices. It's actually pretty clear. That shouldn't take too long to reduce in the pan. And then we'll mount it with some cold butter. Santa Monica tri-tip. Yum. That sounds delicious. Santa Maria. I think we cooked tri-tip once before, like when we first got our smoker. It was really good though, super flavorful. Just do it low and slow and you'll be fine. I'm not gonna put the salt on yet because that's gonna start to draw out moisture and I want that to stay as dry as possible. So that's gonna be chillin'. Oh, that's totally fine, Stella. You make what you want to eat. Just as long as you cook it properly, right? Because lean cuts of meat sometimes dry out really fast. But if you're doing something like a smoke on it, you should have no problem. Can't wait to fire up the grill tomorrow. Okay guys, what kind of breakfast should we make for dinner then? We can get this stuff set up right now. I'm down. Do we want to stay savory? Crepes? Yes. Okay, French toast and crepes can be like the sweet day. I love like berry sauce. So good. We did this dish before in one of the restaurants I worked at for brunch. We did lemon ricotta crepes with a berry sauce on top. Super, super good. I really think I want to do the eggs Benedict. Just because that does take quite a bit of skill. And also I could make the English muffins from scratch with you guys. I've done that already. It's so easy and it's so good. They rose to like a good 2-3 inches. PB&J stuffed French toast. With bacon? Holy, that's a meal. Biscuits and gravy, yes. We did an eggs Benedict like that as well. We did biscuits and gravy, like a sausage gravy with fennel in it. Eggs Benedict. Good thing Jim's not in here, guys. He'd be dying. I love biscuits. Canadian bacon only. Yeah. Gotta get that pea meal. Finn, you've had a pea meal sandwich, I'm sure. I do love lox, Stella. I love smoked salmon. Salmon might be my favorite fish to eat, I would say. More the Atlantic kind though. I don't know why, but I just don't love the sockeyes or the Chinooks. Maybe just because it's leaner. It's not as fatty. They tend to dry out a lot faster as well. Yeah, smoked salmon, eggs, Benny. That's my favorite one. Yes. Salmon belly nigiri. Stella, you eat well. I could maybe do a cold smoke on the salmon, like a pre-stream little half-hour gig. Like sometimes I do my breads ahead of time. And then let that smoke for a couple of hours and then come back and make the rest of the bennies. That could be a fun stream. Uh-oh, it froze. We broke Twitch. We were talking about too much good stuff. I just had to refresh, guys. Sorry if I miss anything in chat right now. Classic. Go, computer, go. Almost there. Getting back in here. Wait for it. The little circle of death is spinning. Oh, oh. Oh God. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I just missed whatever you guys were talking about. Or are you saying you want to try making smoked salmon, Stella? Yeah, wake up the neighbor with the smoker. Hilarious. I've never made those pancakes, but they are like amazing to me. I should try making those. They don't even look real though. Finn, my last neighbor in Vancouver, like hated us with our smoker. And someone actually called the fire department on us one time when we started up the smoker because they thought our unit was on fire. So we ended up having like 3 fire trucks surrounding our building. And Sam just leans over the balcony. He's like, "Are you guys coming up for me?" And they're like, "Yeah." But they couldn't do anything because the smoke detector in our apartment never even went off. So they ended up charging the person that pulled the fire alarm. And no, Tristan, we don't have Mastros. Funny stories of the cooking adventures for sure. And they came into our unit just to check everything out. And we just had our pork shoulder raw sitting there on the counter. They're like, "Oh, pulled pork for dinner?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay, we'll come back later." Bran, did you not hear this story? Oh man, it was hilarious. Because I always joked to Sam that there was so many sirens always going on in Vancouver where we lived. I was like, "Okay, Sam, this time they're coming to get you." He's like, "No, they're not. It's fine." But actually one time it happened and I died. When will I make the lasagna? Let's put that on for next week. How about that? Lasagne. Should I make the noodles from scratch? That can be a thing, because that's not very hard to make. I'll get my pasta wheels turning tomorrow. Of course. I love lasagna. You've never seen it done? Kate, we'll do that then. What day should we do that on? Wednesday, maybe? I could do that Wednesday. Any meatless Monday requests? I have a good lasagna video for you guys. I'll post it in chat. This guy is like one of my favorite Canadian, I guess, YouTube stars now. He's from the Toronto area. Maddie. Gotta refill this aguas. Can't get parched. Oh man, Stella, you're in luck. I am like a tiramisu master. Tristan, with the donate. My man. You know your name's going up on the title on Wednesday next week. I told you it would happen. You're awesome, dude. Love from Canada. Yeah, tiramisu is one of my favorite desserts for sure. I used to do a chocolate ladyfinger. So I just put cocoa into the batter mix and built it up into little jars. Did a simple mascarpone vanilla creme with it. It's true, dude. Anything helps. It really does. That's what keeps me going. You guys light this fire every day. And then to soak the ladyfingers for the tiramisu, I did a mixture of reduced stout and espresso. Really, really good. See, the tiramisu at Olive Garden is probably on point. So that's fair. But I do love making it really boozy. So I think I'm gonna turn on the oven now for the potatoes and get it starting to warm up. My peeps are supposed to be here around 6. So I got a good 15 minutes. And I know that the pork won't take more than 5 minutes to sear off in the pan. $7, that's actually pretty good price. That's what I charged for mine, and it was in like a little jar. That was probably a cup. Probably. I would definitely try to use espresso in your soak if you can. I love coffee, Tristan, but it does not love me. Moon Man with the follow. Welcome, sir. Or lady. Yeah. Oh, we could do like a really good pad thai for Meatless Monday. That's pretty much the only thing that I eat tofu in and actually enjoy it. I know, 2 more. This is nuts. Nuts, guys. All right, let's get this oven on. Yellow curry, yum.
15 minutes.
Okay, convect bake. That way it'll bake a lot more even. Get that started. What is tofu? It is soybean that is pretty much packed into a brick. I am big into nutrition. I think that's very important for people to realize and take care of their bodies. You only got one, so treat it like your temple. It is pretty spongy, Tristan. I usually like to fry it up in oil first and make it crispy on the outside, because otherwise it is just like a sponge. And you could also get, like, it's called silken version, and that's a really soft one. But it's good to use to make like a pudding. Like, that's kind of the texture that it has. blend it up with some chocolate or something like that. Despite the name, you're a dude. Okay, I'll remember that. So do you want to be called Chunky Puppy or Stella then? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of soy processed foods either. Okay, Monday. Maybe a pad thai. I'm a sucker for Thai food, so I don't think I can ever say no to that. All right, Sky. Call him Chunk. Yo, Chunk. Yeah, that's true, Tristan. Coming from the guy that ate pizza for 30 days straight, you're a champ, sir. I don't think I could stick that out. The truffle shuffle. Okay, I'm just gonna be right back for 2 seconds. Back. You grew up where, next to where the Goonies was filmed? That's amazing. If I could just travel the world and eat all of the different foods, yeah, that would be life. For sure. Astoria. Okay, let's get these pans set up. I'm gonna space them out. Are these beets cooled off? The beets are cooled off. Let's do this one here. And this big guy here. I'm gonna use grapeseed oil at first to sear the pork chops and then finish them with butter. Let's finish up our salad real quick. This is a lot of beets for one salad. I am not opposed to this though. And if you're going for presentation, just kind of space out the golden beets with the red beets. What? They actually fully restored the house? That's awesome. I don't think I'm gonna put all of the beets on here. I'll save some in a Tupperware for beet snacks later on. It's never a bad thing. These are broccoli sprouts. I had them left over from when I did veggie burgers the other day on Monday, and thought I would use them up just before they went bad, because they don't last forever. Okay, let's call that a day. I'm just gonna pack up the rest of those. Boom. Done. Let's put that back in the fridge. Stay nice and crisp. And then I'm also not gonna fully toss all of the salad with the dressing, just in case there's leftovers, and that way it won't go soggy in the fridge. Couple tablespoons of oil. I made a balsamic vinaigrette earlier, so if you want to go back after the stream and look at the recipe, by all means. And then I love to do my dressings in squeeze bottles like this, just because it's easy to keep and easy to drizzle over your salad. And it was really easy to just like shake up the dressing like this instead of trying to do it in a blender. Guys, look at our pork jus is like settling. All of those meat proteins are in there. It's nice and clear though. Probably my favorite vinaigrette to pair with a beet salad. I love the tanginess. And especially with goat cheese as well. All of those flavors are the best together. Okay guys, real quick. Next Tuesday, Travel Tuesday. Yes, I did put some Dijon mustard into it to help it emulsify. Just a tablespoon. Where are we going to travel to on Tuesday? What kind of food should we cook? Maybe we can do French Day. We're going to France. Ireland. We can do Irish Day. The luck of the Irish. Okay, there's our oven. Perfect. Gonna pop those in. Potatoes are going in. am gonna keep those on the top rack just so they get nice and crispy. A brew with the Irish meal for sure. Okay, let's see. We can make some soda bread or potato bread. Yum. I've never made gyros. My mom has, though, a beef version, and she says it works really well. Just don't overwork the meat too much. Yeah, Tristan, lasagna on Wednesday. That's gonna be delicious. I know. Sky is killing it with the suggestions and the cooking. And before I forget, let's turn on our timer here. Start with 10 minutes and then see where we end up. That would be a good stream, a car modding stream. Have I seen a fire in the kitchen before? Yeah, I've seen some pretty big fires. Not any that were out of control, though. Huh?
That man needs a hot toddy stat.
Uh-oh.
He's got sinuses.
This one time that I wasn't at work, one of the kids lit the deep fryer on fire. They left it on while they were cleaning it, so it got super hot after they drained the oil, and it just started on fire. That was like maybe the one time we would have seen somebody pull the plug in the kitchen and have like all of that white dust go all over everything.
It was amazing.
Yeah, Sam was the chef at that time, and I was sous chef, I guess, / pastry chef. That's kind of weird that they didn't get a lot of viewers. Would you watch a car modding stream? No?
It would take too long for it to come in.
Okay, but I know you'll check back and see how it went, or you'll just see my post on Insta, like always. Love you. Have a great night, and hopefully see you tomorrow. You can't do that. Tristan, you still got Finn, I'm sure. He's in here. We got Sky. He's going to raid. Have fun. Bye, girl. You guys ever had a hot toddy? See, I knew Finn was still in here. It's almost butter time. What's for next Thursday? We haven't decided yet. Voilo, hello. Thank you for the follow. Holy smokes, 1 away. 1 away from 100. Might turn into A drinking stream again, guys.
I'm not gym tonight. Gym's tomorrow, so.
Huh?
Gym's tomorrow, not tonight.
Oh, we're not going to the gym tonight.
No, give me a shot.
Shots can be had. Yeah, Sky. So my dad is starting to get sick, and we're gonna load him up with some hot toddies. And then this one time, we made him quite a few one night. And by the end of the night, he says, yeah, those are really good rum hotties. Couldn't even say hot toddy anymore. Amazing. He felt great the next day, though. Onion eating stream. Never. Rum hotties for the win. The potatoes are smelling amazing, so garlicky already. I haven't even peeked. Everclear. Gross. Night Winter. Welcome to the stream. So many new faces today. Holy smokes. You're coming in at the right time, though. I'm just about to sear off the pork chops. The moment we've all been waiting for. But no, guys. This is what you make rum hotties with. Gotta get that Jamaican rum. A boo. Holy, we hit it. Night Winter with the 100th follow. We are on fire. Oh yeah. We hit that 100. My fam. Oh, Sky, so my boyfriend is from Germany, and his family makes kirsch from cherries as well. So pretty much just straight vodka fermented with cherries, and that is what you use in Black Forest cake. Yeah, the cheeks are red. Gotta do a shot. Shotskis.
On screen?
Yeah, shots on stream.
I need a cup too, please.
He can speak German if he's around a lot of them, but hasn't really spoken it fluently in quite a few years. His mom does fully, though, still. She has a thick accent. It's amazing.
Thick.
The thickest. Oh, man. Those are looking good.
That's hers. No, that's hers. That's mine.
Oh, Austin.
Yeah, you can put some in there. Let's go do a full. Let's go do a full shot. Hot dotty.
It's getting wild. The alcohol.
Oh, it's coming over. Here it goes.
We got it on stream. Cheers with Frank the Appliance Guy.
Frank the Appliance Guy.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
That's some good stuffs. I don't love whiskey or rye or anything like that, so I would always choose rum. He's dying.
It just started, so
we're getting funky. Okay, let's get one more peek on these. Because that's almost 10 minutes. I'll show you what's going on.
Anyways, it's Thirsty Thursday.
I know, it's Thirsty Thursday. Had to have a shot.
Watch one.
This is where we're at after 10 minutes. So that little piece is just starting to brown, but definitely needs probably a good 7 more. So now I know I have 7 minutes left-ish. Oh, I turned the oven off by accident, not the timer. Now I know I can turn my pans on and get them heating up. That way we're not waiting for that later. Let's go with a medium-high heat. Let those slowly heat up. Mom needs wine. It's been said.
Yeah, you have to get a glass for any place.
I haven't networked with too many, Stella. I did get rated, I think my first or second week by Cookery Nation. That was amazing. And then I'm pretty good pals with the Twin Vaders as well. They've given me quite a few shout outs and I the same for them. But other than that, not too much. So just been crushing it solo pretty much. Maybe it's just because my schedule is really consistent. I'm not sure. There we go. Oven's happy again. Everyone go check your microwave. It's going off. Hurry. Salmon posh cuddle time. So now we can season our pork chops.
That's awesome.
Yes, Finn. It's gonna be my slogan. Those Sharpie eyebrows, guys. That was the joke today. Were you here for that?
No.
Yeah, Sharpie eyebrows today. I'm gonna just turn this down so you can see, hopefully, how much salt I am putting on the pork. Pocket brows. Oh man. Because we didn't season these at all when we sous vide them earlier, so you want to make sure you get a nice crust. It's a pretty thick chop. So I am just putting one single layer of salt on here, pretty much covering all of the meat. A lot of people do under-season their food because they are scared to over-salt it, but that is also something you can't teach. Bone out. Yeah, I'll carve it up. But always choose bone in. It just tastes so much better. So a good layer on there.
Frank, can you
I can get it. Lemon pepper. Man, that's such an old school seasoning. Is it the Clubhouse one? Lemon pepper fries. Remember those? With fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good time. No, Viali. I did a sous vide today. So these were sous vide for 2 hours at 58 degrees Celsius with whiskey, maple syrup, and some herbs. And then I saved all of the liquid from the bags to be able to make a pan sauce afterwards with butter. Make that pan gaby. We might need these today, guys. We'll see how crazy this gets. Garlic aioli fries, yeah. I had some of the best fries last Saturday. They were so good. Kennebec fries. You know what? I don't even know if I've ever made a poutine at my house. So maybe we should do that one day. Do some Canadian food. Pull out the deep fryer. Aw, yeah. Yes, Tristan. Good question. Well, I've made poutine like in the restaurants I've worked at, but not at home. So it's a lot different. So yeah, I usually stream for about 3 hours a day, maybe a little bit longer. But during the beginning of my stream, I always go over the timeline first off. So today, Tristan, I said it would take 2.5 hours just because the pork sous vide is for 2 hours. But that does give you a lot of time to prep the beets and the potatoes and the salad, right? So I've been chatting with you guys for probably at least over half of the stream today. So other than the pork being sous vide, you could easily make this meal within an hour, I would say. Oh, those are looking good. Okay, pan is smoking. Oh, it's fine, Stella. I love it. Just turning my back for a sec, guys. I gotta turn up the fan a bit. We're going in. Get that sizzle. Give it a nice press down. This one tends to splash more, so I'm just going to cover that. But the other guy looks good. Potatoes! They're yelling at me. Okay, let's see this progress. I would love to do a German food cooking stream with Sammy. We can make Spätzle and sauerbraten. Here is our potatoes. So they're definitely not as crispy as I would like them still. So I'm just gonna leave those in to keep cooking while our pork is searing. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in some guests pretty soon, guys. I know a couple of people on the island that I would love to cook with. One of them is a cook that I met at my first kitchen job. So that goes way back, like 7 years ago. And we still keep in touch. I'm gonna turn up that back pan a bit. But we are getting some pretty nice color on here already. Need a bit more though, to my liking at least. I also want to do a baking stream where my mom uses her KitchenAid and I use my Swiss or Swedish mixer instead, and see whose, I guess, dish turns out better. What? We talked about that way earlier before I started. She doesn't want to, guys. It's fine. Yeah, but we need to do the comparison video. Baked with Kate. I know, soon. I think that'd be so fun to do it side by side. Okay, let's give that a flip. Same with these guys. Oh yeah. That's what we're looking for. She's such a chicken. I wish we could watch that. If they had one normal person competing in each Olympic sport, that would be epic. There would probably be too many injuries, though. Or death. Hey guys, so one pointer, when you're stirring stuff off in the pan, the second side, when you flip it over, will always sear faster than the first side. So make sure you watch it carefully. Like that one is done. I think I'm just gonna bring the board over with me and let them rest on this. Maybe do a little fat cap sear real quick. Should stand up. This other one doesn't really have one, so I'm not concerned about that. Go ahead, sir. All your pans are warped. What have you done? Yum. It's not 100% covered. Viali, don't even get stainless steel. Get cast iron. I mean, not everything is 100% covered. Definitely not. That color. Okay, so now time to make our sauce in the pan while these guys rest. I'm gonna make it in this smaller pan here. And now be careful, just because there is a lot of fat in there. When you pour liquid in, it might splash up. Boom. Look at those bubbles. Now, really important, when you're trying to make a butter sauce, you always need to use cold butter, guys. If you use warm butter, the sauce is not going to come together. Give that a little whisk. So that's all the vegetable or the pork protein that's left over in the pan. It's not bad. There's lots of extra flavor in there. And then let's put about 2 tablespoons worth of butter into there. In maybe about a minute or so. I'm just gonna let that reduce a little bit more. Excuse me. What, me? No, I haven't even finished my first one. I'm milking it, guys. This is my shot face. Ooh. Get her a sippy cup, yeah. Okay, that's reduced enough. Really glad I left my potatoes in because they look super crispy now. And we're just gonna drop this butter in and slowly whisk it together. Oh, making a mess. Okay, we might need a little bit more. More butter. That's why you're here, Finn. Okay, let's let that reduce while I carve up the pork chops and get a plate all set up. I don't want to put too much more butter in there. All of the cow. Always. Okie dokes. I'm gonna use this knife. let's carve up this beautiful one right here. So the bone does go all the way up to here. So just be careful and cut along the bone. Don't wreck your knife. Put that aside. And that oven is off now. Okay, so you can already tell just by the color of the meat on the bone that it is going to be a beautiful medium inside. So this is exactly what you're going to look for when you cook a pork chop. It should still be a little bit pink in there. And this dark meat is the best stuff. This is gonna have the most flavor. And I think the rest of it, I'm just gonna cut this way. The sauce is looking good, guys. And then if you want, when you go to plate it, you can definitely just line it up back on the bone if you want to be fancy like that. And then just kind of fan it out. But if you don't care about having the bone on the plate, then it's no problem. That looks so good. I'm so excited. Doggo's here, guys. The dude streams. Holy, I need to catch up, guys. Welcome. Give this pan a swirl. I think that is happiness. Oh yeah. Smells like maple butter. Okay. Potato corn. So good. See that color on there? That's exactly what we want. I just need to grab the salad out of the fridge. Stella, yes. That is why I left Vancouver. 100%. It's actually brutal. We were paying $2,000 a month for 700 square feet. Get those crispy spuds nicely layered on the bottom of your plate. That way all the pork juices can drip onto it and make it even better. Just gonna take a quick photo of this salad before I destroy it. But I think I'm just gonna plate up the pork with the potatoes. You guys don't really need to see me eat the salad. And then let's drizz our sauce over this. just because it does look amazing. This is where we're at so far, guys. I'll do this in this cam for you. Yum. Okay, that's the plate. I'll probably just do the salad on the side. But that looks unreal. Really, really good. Now I gotta try it before I go and eat the rest of this. Real quick. I always gotta stay on top of my social media game. Sorry, guys. I have ruined my family. Holy. Okay. This end piece is going down. Delicious. Thank you for the follow, dude. Welcome to the fam. Mia, you're like the zombie. I love it. Oh, she's alive again. $101. That sounds so good, Sky. I decided to keep it fresh with a salad, though. Did you see the salad or not? Okay, here's the salad for one last time. And let me just try a potato real quick. So they're pretty much like mashed potato in the center and really nice and crispy on the outside. Yum. Just a hint of rosemary. Garlic's not overpowering, it's nice and crunchy. And that sauce on the pork chop is seriously amazing. It just tastes like a maple butter. You don't really taste the whiskey at all, even though I use like 100 milliliters in it. Yeah, dual texture potatoes. Seattle's blowing up like Vancouver, hey? Okay, guys. I'm gonna call it a night because it's already 6:30. Thank you all for watching me to the end. Hopefully you learned something a little bit more. Start thinking about getting that sous vide for yourself. It's great. It's like a slow cooker, so you can cook things while you're at work. You don't have to worry about anything being in the oven. And that's it. I'm back tomorrow, same time. We are doing reverse sear ribeyes, if you've never seen that. Finishing it off on the charcoal grill. And I'll be making mushroom ravioli by hand. Fun little pasta demo. It's gonna be fun. More shots. Maybe Tristan. See how red my cheeks already are? I was after one. Okay, night guys. Love you all. Can't believe I hit the 100 followers. 101, sorry. And I'll definitely get those sub incentives up in the next few days. Love.